Okay, so top 10 offensive guards, the video we've all been waiting for. I'm sure this one's going to get 10 million views. Top 10 offensive guards. Listen, it's fun. I enjoy it, and I won't spend forever on this video as I have for other ones, I don't think, because I just have less to say about offensive linemen for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it's just there's less to talk about, I guess. This guy blocks well. End of conversation. But anyways, I will get into my list. Only one honorable mention. And the honorable mention is an interesting one because it's a guy who doesn't really play guard, but he kind of does. Michael Onwenu, who played tackle last year for the New England Patriots and was really good at it. He's going to move to guard now just because they added Trent Brown. So kind of mixing things around. I suspect he'll be a really great guard. So I think that probably next year he'll make the list, but I just couldn't really feel comfortable putting someone who has never played guard at the NFL level, or if he did, he mostly played tackle. I couldn't really feel comfortable putting him in that scenario, so I didn't. So yeah, let's get into the list, and we'll start things off with Chris Lindstrom, who is I thought he was really good last year. He was a first overall pick, I believe it was 14th overall with the Atlanta Falcons 2 years ago, and they decided to and he got hurt all last year, so then this year comes in and actually plays really good football. And I think that he could even climb this list. I think that Atlanta feels pretty good about that selection. So they put a lot of draft capital into their offensive line. Not every pick has worked, but Chris Lindstrom has worked. It's been a great pick. You got a top 10 guard. You'll take that every time with a first round pick. Number 9, I'm going Shaq Mason of the New England Patriots. Shaq Mason, another guy who, get really good. Not the biggest guy, but still is able to be effective. And if you make your block, who cares what your size is? Number 8, I have Joel Bitonio, who I believe that's how you say his last name. I feel like people are playing pranks on me at this point because no matter how I say it, there's seemingly someone in the comment section who says I'm saying it wrong. But he's been a complete cornerstone for that Cleveland Browns offensive line for many years now. I have it up here. It's been 7 years, 8 years since he's been in the league, and he's been awesome for them. So yeah, he's number 8. He could be argued to be higher. Everyone on that Browns offensive line is awesome. Number 7, I have Ali Marpette, who, when he went down for Tampa Bay, they were in shambles, basically. That was when they had their bad stretch in the middle of the season. Again, no one's going to say, oh, well, their guard is the issue, just because, that's not a popular talking point. But he's never the issue because Ali Marpette is an incredible player. And is number 7 on this list. Number 6, I have Brandon Sheriff, who is from the Washington football team. Another guy who again, sort of like I said, only so much you can say. He blocks very well. He's been a great player for them for quite some time. Number 5, Joe Fooney here. Fooney is really good, formerly of the New England Patriots fame, now joins the Kansas City Chiefs. So going from one axis of evil to another one, it seems like, because, everyone hates the successful teams. Fooney's an awesome guard. And I think the one maybe concern, if that's the right word, would be how many times have we seen, Nate Soldier, for example, was really good for the New England Patriots, gets a big deal, and then sucks for the Giants. But I would actually argue that I think signs were there for someone like Soldier. I don't see signs there for Fooney to struggle. I think he'll be great. Number 4, I am going with Brandon Brooks right here. Brandon Brooks is awesome when he's healthy. He was not healthy last year. Did not play a single snap last season. I believe that was a preseason injury that kept him out. I think it was like an ACL. So that's the concern is, he's now, I believe, going to be 32 next season. What exactly is Brandon Brooks? Why do I always keep trying to say Brandon Brooks? Brandon Brooks. What kind of Brandon Brooks will we see next year? That's really the only concern I have, because when he's on the field, he's dominant, and he was a huge part of that Super Bowl winning team, along with the rest of that really good offensive line. Number 3, I have Zach Martin, so a division rival of Brandon. Don't call me Brooks. Zach Martin has been really good for the Dallas Cowboys, kind of underselling it a bit for 7 seasons now. He's been awesome. And, he's one of the better guards in this league. And in fact, he's one of the better tackles in this league too, because that's what he played a lot of last year. given the injury situation. I wouldn't be shocked if at some point he ends up playing tackle, but for now I'm listing him as a guard. So either way, if he was a tackle, he'd be high up on that list probably. So really good. Number 2, this is an interesting one. And some people might say I'm overreacting. I actually did have him at 4 earlier and then decided to jump him above Brooks and Martin. It's Wyatt Teller. Wyatt Teller of the Cleveland Browns, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, had an all-pro level season last year. And he missed a couple games, but he would have been like number 1 all-pro easily had it happened. So I know there's Zach Martin and Brandon Brooks who are really good as well, and they've done it for longer. And maybe you could argue, is Wyatt Teller a flash in the pan? Does it help him that he's playing next to a couple of really good offensive linemen so that can, there is a little bit less space to work with? I think so. I think that helps him. I also think that, with a guard, I do value how you do in the running game a lot, and he just moves people. I mean, he's just a monster. He can be good in the passing game too. Again, you give him a lot of space, someone can get around him. That's not really Wyatt Teller specific. That's the case for a lot of these guards. So I think that he's incredible. And I'm going to have him at number 2. Again, I went back and forth with, do I put him above Martin and Brooks or below them, just because like those guys have done it a bit longer. But I don't know if either of those guys have had the season that Teller had last year. So he's number 2, not number 1. That is Quentin Nelson. I mean, you got to put Quentin Nelson number 1. That he's, some of these lists you can argue, who do I want to put at number 1? Some of them, it's like, yeah, it's that guy. Quentin Nelson's incredible. I think that, even Wyatt Teller would be like, I mean, yeah, Nelson's ahead of me. He's Quentin Nelson. So that's who I have on my list. So that's my list. Let me know in the comments below. What do you have? What is you? Not necessarily what is your list, but what's fun is let me know what you would have done differently. What are the changes you would like to make in my list? Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.